Questions for reflection. As we continue through the first readings at Holy Mass to follow the life of King Solomon, we heard of his horrible errors, his fall from grace, his sins of idolatry. This same king, the son of David, who completed the temple and was considered, even by the Queen of Sheba, as having the most wisdom of any man on earth, became an idolater in his old age, worshiping false gods and incurring the wrath and judgment of the true God. This reading is not only a glimpse into salvation history, it's a warning to each one of us. Recall what happened to Cain after the Lord found the sacrifice of Abel more pleasing. He succumbed to the horrid sin of fratricide, killing his brother. The Lord had warned him in Genesis 4:7, "If you do well, will you not be accepted? And if you do not do well, sin is crouching at the door. Its desire is for you, but you must master it." How do we master sin? By staying in what the Church calls a state of grace, free of mortal sin, which separates us from God. We do that by regularly praying and reading the Scriptures and attending Holy Mass, frequenting the sacrament of penance and the Holy Eucharist. Yesterday's relationship with the Lord is not enough for today. Sin is still crouching at the door, but the Father sent His Son, Jesus, as our Savior, to free us from its consequences and enable us to live in a state of grace. Jesus continues to mediate His grace, His divine life, through His mystical body, the Church, of which we are members. But we need to continually stay in a relationship with Him. In our responsorial psalm, David, the father of Solomon, sings, quote, "How blessed are those who keep to what is just, whose conduct is always upright." He then opines about what occurs to those who worship false gods. Little did he know, back when he wrote these words, that his own son would succumb to such idolatry. Again, another warning to us to stay faithful. In our gospel passage for today's Holy Mass, we follow the account of the ongoing public ministry of Jesus as recounted by St. Mark. St. Mark was writing his gospel account predominantly to Gentile believers. Here in this passage, Jesus moves through a pagan or Gentile area. Although Jesus came first to the house of Israel and preached first to the Jewish people, his message of salvation was for all men and women. This miraculous deliverance from a demon, which Jesus grants to the daughter of this woman, is a direct response to her persevering prayer. We are all called to this kind of persevering prayer, no matter what our state in life or our particular vocation. And preparing ourselves for such prayer means learning to silence the clamor of this age, to stop the ever-accelerating pace of the futile quest that so often occupy our hearts, and to live in the eternal now by surrendering ourselves and even our best aspirations to the one who created us and now recreates us in His Son, Jesus Christ. It is there, in the emptied place, in the stillness of this eternal now, where we prepare a room for the King of all hearts. And in that encounter, we will find the longing of our own heart fulfilled. We, like this woman, will see the miracles of Jesus Christ in our own lives.